Hey guys, Jerseytoof here, coming at you with another video. In today's video, we are sticking with a great team right here. We got our fan favorite Waterfall Gyarados in the back and that OP MAGNEZONE in the lead. Yes, this team has a big weakness to Togekiss in the back, but it does really well otherwise, and we're not seeing as many Togekisses in the back as I used to. So, I really highly recommend using this team. Not too much. I don't want everybody to know my secret. No, I'm just, you know what I'm saying. But once again, I appreciate all the support. We got over 100 subscribers. It's all because of you guys. You guys are the greatest community in the world, and I really appreciate everything from the heart. So without further ado, let's get into this OP MAGNEZONE Waterfall Gyarados Dragonite in the middle team. All right, guys. Until tomorrow, Jerseytoof out. Once again, subscribe. You know you want to. Alright guys. Alright guys, now let's get into some of these battles here. I had that first team that just showed up there with a Garchomp lead that I was going to do today, but I decided, I just really didn't play the best, and I'm going to have some more spicy picks at Premier Cup, but for right now, we're just going to grind our way up to rank 10. So the first match, we got Adidas 23. What you got for me, Adidas? Alright, we got a Swampert lead, which is not great for MAGNEZONE at all, but we're going to try to see what we can do here. We can come back from this. So we're going to build up some energy here and then try to swap on the Hydro Cannon, but we weren't able to, so we're just going to our Dragonite, and they have their Togekiss. So this is not ideal, but we're going to try to hit this Hurricane before they take us out. A lot of times they're not going to shield because they don't want to have that energy to be farmed down by my MAGNEZONE or, Metagross, whatever Togekiss counter anybody has. So they're going to take us out here. So now I'm going to bring in my MAGNEZONE. I was thinking about bringing my Gyarados in, but I don't want them to know that I have that in the back yet. So we're just going to farm this Togekiss down so we have all this energy. I know the Swampert's coming back in, so I'm actually going to double Wild Charge this Swampert. I know that it doesn't really do that much damage, but they actually get a shield out of that. So at this point, I know my switch timer is coming up. So I'm actually going to shield this up and then switch out to my Gyarados and clear all those debuffs and have that Wild Charge ready. And they're actually staying in here. So that really tells me that they have something really weak to Gyarados in the back also. So I want to win this matchup. So these Hydro Cannons are just going to add up. They have a lot of energy built up. So right now I'm not going to shield anything. But I know that I have to win this matchup, because they would have definitely swapped out if they had something to counter this Gyarados. I'm guessing their Togekiss was their Gyarados counter. So that's what it really usually happens. So if I swap out my MAGNEZONE and the Dragonite, they'll bring in their Togekiss, so then Gyarados could run free in the back. And they had that Metagross in the back. I have no shields now, so let's see if we can get to this crunch, and we are able to. And I want to get this Metagross as low as possible so it gets into Wild Charge range, and they're actually not shielding. Okay, so now at this point, I want to shield this up, and I want to Waterfall down, and hopefully I have a crunch ready for this Swampert. And it looks like we're going to be able to, and we'll see, hopefully they don't have a Hydro Cannon ready. They actually do, okay. But at this point, I'm really close to a Wild Charge, and at this range, a Wild Charge will take out this Swampert. So we'll see if we can get there. And I almost could have went for a Mirror Shot, but I wasn't too sure if that little bit of health would have been taken out by it. So we're just going to go for the safe play here and go Wild Charge. And after that horrible lead, we come back to win. So good games, trainer. And I want to put on my Do Not Disturb, because I always get people trying to call me during these battles or, whatever. But, hey, we got to get that Do Not Disturb on. All right, what we got next? We off to a 1-0 start. We got Lion Eyes 4. What you got for me, Lion Eyes? MAGNEZONE into a Togekiss. This is an ideal situation. We get this Togekiss out of the way. We keep our MAGNEZONE on the Togekiss. So they're going to swap out into their Snorlax, and I'm going to swap right into my Dragonite. You want to get that as quick as possible. That way you get to your Dragon Claw before they can get to a Body Slam. And after all the videos that people have been doing with Outrage Snorlax, I've been really keen on trying to shield up an Outrage. And I really think that they have an Outrage right here, because that was even a little bit more than an Earthquake. So I'm actually going to shield this up. And it was an Outrage. So that was a great shield on my part. So we retain switch advantage. We are down a shield, but we're keeping that switch advantage that's also key in Premier Cup. Winning leads and switch advantage is key to victories in Premier and also in Master League also. We all know that. Let's see if we can get to a Hurricane here, and we're actually able to get to a Hurricane before we were taken out. So that is really great. They're probably not going to shield. Nope. So I actually did something really dumb right there. I don't know why I gave up switch advantage. So right now, I pretty much just gave up the game. I mean, I don't know what I was thinking. That was pretty dumb. And this extra drill is just going to do so much damage, so much work to my MAGNEZONE. Let's see if we can come back from that horrible switch. I don't know why. It just, you know, sometimes in the moment you're thinking, oh, I don't want to be farmed down, but you just give up switch advantage, and that is, I was just saying, that is key in Premier Cup. So at this point, I'm going to bring in my Gyarados here and try to farm down. And I know a Rock Slide's coming, so I want to shield this up. I want to retain some health on my Gyarados. It wouldn't have taken me out, but have been very close. And now we can farm down. They have 2 shields to my none, and they have just a little bit of health on that Togekiss, and we're able to, well, we're going to get hit with the Ancient Power, but Ancient Power has been debuffed, so it doesn't do as much damage as it used to, and of course we're able to waterfall down, and it leaves with 2 shields. So my boneheaded play of giving up switch advantage did not come back to bite me, so we came back to win that one. So it's 2-0 start. We gotta love that. We got Joshua 94 Nice is up next. What you got for me, Josh? MAGNEZONE into another MAGNEZONE. I've seen a lot of this lately too. Which you don't want to be the first person to throw a wild charge, because that's going to debuff you. So I always just keep charging up and let them throw first. So we're charging. Yep. Right at this point, even if they hit me with a wild charge, it's not going to take me out. So I never shield the first move. And it's just a mirror shot. And now I'm actually going to not shield this one up either, because still it's not going to take me out. And it's actually another mirror shot. So at this point, they actually switch out to their Garchomp. So I'm going to switch into my Dragonite, and I have all that energy stored up. At this point, I was thinking it's going to be an Outrage. So I shield up, and it's just a Sand Tomb. You know, every single time I don't shield, it's an Outrage. It just happens that way. Just right, Battle Bill, man. You just never know. It's so funny, like how you always call bait, and you always call it wrong sometimes, boy. Especially with this Garchomp. Because it's either Sand Tomb, barely any damage, or getting one shot. So you just got to be keen. And I got baited again, another Sand Tomb. That's all right. Now I'm actually going to farm this thing down. And I know this is going to be another Sand Tomb. Well, I'm hoping it's just another Sand Tomb. At least I retain switch advantage. Yep, just another Sand Tomb. At this point, my switch timer is coming up, and I want to be able to switch out of this matchup. And it's a Gyarados. So I have all my defenses lowered, but I have 2 Dragon Claws locked and loaded for this Gyarados. There's the first one, and I want to switch out and debuff all this. So MAGNEZONE coming in. And I was expecting them to switch out, but they're not. So I'm going to hit them with 1 Wild Charge here. I have 2 stored up. So that takes out the Gyarados. And they have their MAGNEZONE. And I'm actually going to go for as much Wild Charges as I can get off right here. Because I still have that Dragonite in the back. And then once they use their Wild Charges, they're going to be debuffed. So at this point, a Mirror Shot would not take us out here. So let's see if they go for a Wild Charge. And they do. So that lowers their defense. That's exactly what I wanted to see. So we're actually going to bring in our Dragonite right here. We're going to farm up a little bit of energy and go for double Dragon Claws here. I was thinking about going for a Hurricane, but I believe they still have a shield left. No, do they? No, they don't have a shield left. I could have went to a Hurricane, but I don't think I would have made it. So that this Wild Charge is going to take us out. But then we have our Gyarados in the back, and we're able to 1 Waterfall down. So off to a 3-0 start. Gotta love it. Once again, I appreciate all the growing support. You guys are amazing. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. Hit that little bell and get notified every single day when I upload my videos. We're going to do some Premier Cup. We're going to do some Master League. This is our journey to rank 10. So I hope you guys enjoy all the videos. We got Atari Alex up next. What you got for me, Alex? MAGNEZONE into Gyarados. This is another great lead for us. Let's see if they want to switch into. They're switching into a Machamp. So at this point, I was a little slow on the switch, and I know Rock Slide's going to come. And 1 Rock Slide will not take us out, but we're going to shield the first one. Rock Slide will take us really low into the red, but we want to try to chip away at this Machamp as much as possible and retain switch advantage. Okay, they decide to let it go. So at this point, I'm able to Dragon Claw down. Okay, Dragon Breath down. Okay, that's even more ideal. Now they're going to bring in their Metagross. So at this point, I want to try to get to a Hurricane, but I believed I wasn't going to be able to get there. So I'm just going to go for as much damage as possible. So we're just going to spam these Dragon Claws as quick as possible. We know they have a Gyarados in the front, and then they have this Metagross. So we have our Gyarados for the Metagross, and then the MAGNEZONE for the Gyarados in the front. Man, I think I screwed that up. We got the Gyarados for the Metagross in the back, and we got the MAGNEZONE for their Gyarados in the front. So we're looking pretty good here, even though they have 2 shields. Our fast move damage is going to do a lot. So we're just going to waterfall this thing down. We're actually going to take whatever this is, because it's not going to take us out. We resist everything that MAGNEZONE Metagross can throw at us. So now they're going to swap into their Gyarados, and we're just going to chip away at this thing as much as possible, because we know we have our MAGNEZONE in the front. And at this point, I'm going to switch in now. And we're going to farm up a little bit of energy here. We're going to go for a double wild charge, because we still had our shield, so even if they threw a move at us, we would have been able to block it. So they're going to block that one, but then, see, now I have my shield here, and then we're going to be able to go for a wild charge, take out the Gyarados, and that Metagross is very low in the back, so we should be able to spark it down. MAGNEZONE is so OP. Yes, people are starting to run a lot of ground tops in the front, but overall, it's a really safe lead. And then their Metagross just had a little bit of health, and they just gave up. So, good games, trainer. That 4-0 hype. Get that 4-0 hype down in the comments, because we all know what's going to happen here. It seems like it always happens when I'm having a set like this. I get a lot of 5-0s too, but you know what's going to happen here. So we got Norikato. I can't even say that name right. So we have that ground lead that I was talking about, Garchomp. It's a very good lead. I actually had a couple sets with Garchomp in the lead too. So you want to catch MAGNEZONEs in the lead with Garchomp, because everything I could throw at this thing is going to be resisted. So I don't even know why I was even trying to throw something before I bounced. But I was hoping for the attack debuff actually. But now I can bring in my Dragonite here, and I was thinking, okay, it's just going to be a Sand Tomb, and they outraged me. See what I'm talking about? That's not great at all. So at this point, this game is not looking great. So now they can bring in their Togekiss right here. I was hoping they would have brought in their Togekiss right off rip, but even if I shielded that, they would have brought in their Togekiss. They would have farmed down my Dragonite, and it wouldn't have been good anyway. So they have a great team makeup against mine. That's almost exactly what I was running. I was running Garchomp, MAGNEZONE, and Togekiss in the back. That's my other team. It works pretty well, but it has a lot of weaknesses, just like any team at Premier Cup. You just got to win that lead and hope that you can come back. If you lose the lead, you have a lot, and hope that you have a lot of good matchups in the back. Because if you get lined up with a Dragon on this Togekiss, you know it's over. And I knew I had to farm down to get as much energy as possible, but they're just going to bring in their Garchomp, and they wall everything. So I'm just going to try to get as much mirror shots as possible off on this thing. And there's first one. I didn't want to give up. I just always try, you know. You never know what can happen. So another mirror shot. And they got the attack debuff finally. And I don't even know why I shielded, because I knew it was over. But like I said, I try to battle to the end. They Sand Tombed us, and they're going to be able to farm us down. We actually get another mirror shot off. That's pretty funny. I wanted to see what was in the back. I really did. And they wanted to shield up because they didn't want to show me. They probably had like a Gyarados in the back. Actually, it was pretty close then. So we got 4-1. That's great. I really love this team. I mean, like I said, it has some weaknesses, but I mean, I'm really comfortable using this team, and I hope MAGNEZONE, I wasn't too sure about it, but hey, in the front, in the back, in the middle, it's just a great Pokemon for Premier Cup. I like it better than Metagross just because it has that spamming potential. I mean, Metagross is king meta for a reason, but hey, I love OP MAGNEZONE. So until tomorrow, Jerseytoof out. Thank you so much. Bye-bye now. Hope you guys enjoyed that video. We showed a lot of great play, and we showed a lot of bad play. Like I said, winning leads and switch advantage is key in Premier Cup and Master League. Well, it's key in any PvP battles, but it's even more important in Premier Cup and Master League. Just because it's all the Pokemon are so attack heavy, you're so maxed out, you just want to line up the right Pokemon. So also I wanted to also say, like I said, my Twitter is on my video. If you guys have any matches you want me to shoutcast, I will take a look. Only submit things that the leagues that are going on right now. Like right now it's Premier Cup and Master League. So if you have any Premier Cup or Master League matches you want me to shoutcast, hit me up on Twitter. I'll take a look at them and maybe you'll be showcased on my next video. So until tomorrow, folks, I hope you guys enjoyed the OP MAGNEZONE Waterfall Gyarados Dragon Knight in the middle team. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. Jerseytoof out. Thank you so much. Once again, if you haven't subscribed, please do. You know you want to. All right, guys. See you tomorrow.